The things that you ran away from, they will run from you. I tell you. I tell you. At the age of 13, the witches that had seen my star sent death to take me. My mom is a medical personnel. And so death came and all the symptoms of death began to set in. And she was struggling with her, all those their things. But I was no longer in my body. I was away from my body for 8 hours. I stayed long, many years to tell this story. And I walked in heaven for 8 hours. There are things I saw that I will not share today. I've not been given permission to share them. But there were 4 angels that fought for my deliverance. And one of the angels was different from the rest of the tree. The rest of the tree, their heads were high into the heavens. But this one was not too taller than I was. But if I try to look at him face to face, it becomes tall. If I look at him from the side, it becomes my height. Then he began to read my story to me. It was in the scroll he was reading that he said I was called to be a preacher. Then I touched him. The feel of his body was like Coke bottle. You know those old Coke bottles that are twisted? That was how he looked like. He had something that had the feel of bones, a structure, a fabric that I cannot explain. And I touched him. I said, how will you tell a stammerer that he will be a preacher? That was where I discovered that angels are difficult to appease. Because he went into a rage and he shouted. And his shout was what you call thunder. That thing you call thunder was a shout. It was that thunder, the energy of the thunder, that translated me from heaven back into my body. And I saw my mother and the rest of the people trying. Many years later, I was on my knees when God told me, I give you the covenant of life. From that time, if somebody is about to die and I come to him, death will leave him. So the thing that chased me, now I'm chasing it. Shortly, when the time for prayer comes, you will call your sick relative that is not here. Keep the phone running while I pray. After the prayer, find out from the person if the person is still alive. If the affliction is still there. Please help me tell your neighbor, don't be found naked.